Welcome to another motherfucking video. In today's roleplay sessions, you're going to see a group coaching call because the students just wanted to ask me a shit ton of questions. So you're going to learn very specific things that will help you as a closer to make at least $30,000 to $40,000 a month, like I did. That now I'm doing even more than that. And if you don't know me, my name is Lucas Guy, and I make an average of $50,000 a month, and I work with 9-figure companies that allowed me to collect millions of dollars already. Now, why should you watch this video so that you can quickly disregard it if you don't find the purpose of it? Is, well, you're going to see in half of the video a good roleplay sessions that is going to show you how you can navigate a discovery in order for you to get the maximum out of it, get the leverage you need to close the person. And in the section of the group coaching call that the students are asking me questions, you're going to see how you can use ego in your favor, how you can use the ego of your prospect in your favor so you can close their asses. You're also going to see how and when should you answer personal questions when the prospect throw them at you. You know that the prospects sometimes like to play these fucking games, and what do? Do you just act like an idiot? Do you get back to them? Do you refuse? What do you do? I'm explaining this in fucking detail. I'm also going to be showing you how you can create authority as a closer so that people respect you, and how you can maintain a perfect frame that will make people respect you and fall and play into that one every single time. Everything with practical examples. You're going to see insane ways and the best ways of using leadership as well, with all the things that I am calling. So basically that you will master the capacity to going very deep into pain points and how you can expand on every single one of them using nothing else but the logic. So that being said, it's an interesting trailer that you got. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop a comment, and don't be a fucking gay, and just drop a like and subscribe, dude. Fuck. Anyways, enjoy the video. So, welcome to a roleplay call. We have one of the gingers says that he is about to jump in 5 and he has a really cooking roleplay avatar. So he's going to be an interesting prospect today. So that's going to be fun. Before we go into who's going to be the closer and who is going to be, jumping into him, I would like to start, as always, by answering any type of questions that you guys have. I'm in a donator. Tyler, you literally guys just asked me questions like 1 minute ago, but if you have something else, let's do it. And then we're going to jump into the call. So, Russian comrade.
Luka Lesniewski. Yeah, so I have two questions. One more like a macro level. I wonder, how do you essentially balance your business, which is hunters, and how do you balance actual closing? Let me explain why I ask. When I was suffering under a copywriting, my idea was, okay, I'm doing my copywriting. I have family business to the side. Right now, both are cooked. Focus is closing, but I keep having that lingering feeling. I wonder, and ideas coming through, thinking, that might not be that might not be a bad idea. Maybe I should try that. So how do you essentially balance both?
Okay.
It was a bit chaotic. I'm trying to formulate the question as I asked it.
Okay. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
This is something that I was explaining for the 40CI people. I'm going to quickly go over it. No, I'm not going to go. I'm going to go with your question first, and then we can talk about more. So basically, and this is the lesson on this aspect, the amount of stress that you can withhold will equal into how successful you can be. Okay? So you need to understand one thing. I am a tough guy to be compared with because all I do is work. I really like working. Like it's pretty much all I do, and I really enjoy it, and I'm probably not going to change that. So it's just a real hobby for me to just, do this all the time. So to me, it's all the same thing. Closing, hunters, teaching you guys, everything to me is just a game and I'm constantly doing it. The best thing that I do that allows me to do multiple things is to just not only be able to handle an insane amount of stress, because I can tell you every fucking day there are 3 fires that I have to put down. Whether it's you telling me, look, everything's going to shit, I don't know what to do, fucking hell. Then I got the people, everything's going to shit. Then I got the hunters, we don't have enough views. I made this YouTube video. No, it's like, it's always a problem. So the amount of stress that you can handle is going to only help you. You have to see it as a game. And the second thing is all this in your question can be answered with this organization. Okay. So what I do, like I show you guys multiple times, everything, I have a calendar where everything is in part, literally everything. I know everything is scheduled. I know at this time I have to do this. I have this call. I have this meeting. I have this. Like everything is scheduled. So having that level of organization allows me to be efficient in multiple areas. What would I recommend? Divide your day, organize yourself. If you do it, you'll realize that you can be many. A man who's organized is worth 10 men. A man who is disorganized is worth less than an 8-year-old child. Make sense?
Yeah. Actually, follow up on organization. How do you balance organization with a flow? You know, sometimes just a great idea comes through and you're like, you don't plan anything, but work just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. At least for me, I cannot necessarily schedule it because then that, call it inspiration, call it whatever comes, it's kind of like I put my nose to a grindstone and in 3 hours I do more than I did before in 7 hours. But you cannot necessarily schedule it. So how do you organize that, call it flow state, call it whatever, with a more or less rigid structure to your day? Tell me if my question makes sense.
I'm not following if you cannot organize yourself because of external factors or internal factors. Internal factors.
No, it's like
tell me
no,
what
it's
you
not
think.
that. It's more like sometimes, for example, yesterday when I was away, I had a fantastic idea related to family business. It just came to me, and I was like, okay, let me stop everything, let me sit down and start working on that specifically. Just draw down some ideas, make a plan, etc., etc. I couldn't necessarily plan it, and if I had the plan from 1 to 2 work on family business, it would work. But that specific call it inspiration came out of nowhere and they cannot necessarily plan it. So how do organize those specific events versus actual planning?
So, okay, I'm going to answer everything. Internal stuff that you need to organize is just getting your shit together. Like, I need to do this. I said this time, I'm going to make it. It's a priority. External stuff like the previous job you had before or the event that you're telling me right now.
Yeah.
You try to respect your schedule as much as you can. But as it can happen, an external factor comes in like a train and just breaks everything down. What you do is you just move everything that you had here, you just move it as fast as you can so you can complete it as soon as possible. It's like if I know on Tuesday I had to do 17 tasks and I was only able to do 6 because fuck if I know. On the next day, I know my number one priority is to finish the other 9 tasks that were remaining. And then I do the tasks of Wednesday. Does that make sense? Or
yeah, absolutely. Essentially have a very good schedule, but don't necessarily be a slave to it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just prioritization. Prioritization. There is the what it kind of looks like you might have also struggling with priorities. Is there's a good system on priorities that I really like, which is the ABCDE. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I think Brian Tracy is the one pushing that shit a lot, which is everything that is an A you put is like this is urgent. I have to do it now. B is like this is relevant and I really want to do it. I can live without it. Z is like this is not a priority. I need to just keep pushing this. Not a priority at all. I only do it if I have free time. D is delay. You just push it to another day. And E is eliminate because it doesn't really create anything. So that's an easy way for you guys to organize everything that you have. And then based on that, you put it on your calendar on how you're supposed to do the stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so essentially something comes through, you triage it immediately. It's like, no, it's gay shit. I will let Costin handle it.
Yes,
Okay, that's important. Let me put it on. Okay, yeah, it's perfectly clear.
exactly.
Thank you, Luca.
Absolutely. That all good? No other questions?
Yeah, yeah, it was perfect.
Okay. Biking molester.
Yeah. Another thing from Charlie's meeting.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea of going as hard as saying, like, if the prospect says, yeah, I genuinely want to do this, but I don't have the money right now, you ask him to literally ask him to show you his bank account, like hold it up.
It will create a lot of distrust. It will create a lot of distrust. It's because imagine this. Let's say that I genuinely have the money and you're telling me, hey, show me your bank account. First of all, I can just open a different app that might not have money. So that will backfire. So there's that. I can just use it to lie you more. And the second one is, if that's the case, and I have to show you because you're forcing me to show you, I'm going to do it in a bad way. I'm not going to do it in a way that I would like. And that's just going to destroy trust. So no. I don't see the benefit of that because that's not how you handle an objection anyways. Oh yeah, show me the money that you have. It's like, that's not going to handle the objection. The problem was never if the prospect had or didn't have the money. It's the fact that he's not willing to invest into it. So if the prospect says, I don't have the money, you don't say, hey, show me the money. I want to believe you. It's like, no. You just say, well, what's behind that? Do you genuinely don't have finances? Do you want to talk about how we can work it out? Because if someone really needs to work it out, they will listen to your suggestions. And I know this for a fact. Let's say that they don't have the money, but they really want to make this work. They will listen to your ideas when you say, hey, do you want me to share what other students have done? Oh, yeah, please, absolutely. Because they want to do it. They want to find a solution. But if they say, no, I mean, yeah, if you want to tell me, whatever. Or they say, no, don't worry. It's like, now they're bullshitting you. They're just not interested at all. And it's your job to catch that. That makes sense?
100% does. In your experience in 4DCI, I run into this sometimes. The
Yeah.
prospects, it genuinely seems like they want to do it, but they say, yeah, look, I literally don't have the money right now, but I get a paycheck in 1 month from now. And that's when
Yeah.
I will be able to join. When that happens, do you pitch them on taking a loan right now instead, or just let them off the call, you know?
No. I never left them on the call with that thing because so this is something that you guys are going to hurt a lot, which is, hey, I get it, I get paid in at the end of the month. I get paid next month, and we can do it every time, right? And it's not an uncommon thing because people literally live paycheck to paycheck. The majority of people, all of you know that there's a name for this law. I don't remember it. That basically, if you're making this amount of money, you're spending this amount of time. This amount of money. Sorry. So you make 5K, you spend 5K. You make 2K, you spend 2K. It's how the majority of people live, anyways. So my point is, slavery. Yeah. So it could be genuine, but the problem is that, and the way I handle that is I just tell them, okay, so you do live paycheck to paycheck. You do live the same way consistently. I'm going to talk about them with that and say, yeah, it's kind of my situation. Okay. If last month you were not with extra money to make the investment, why would the next month will be different? And why would the other month will be different? And what about 3 months ago? What would that be different? It's always going to be the same thing. So it doesn't matter if we wait 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, it's always going to be the same because you just genuinely don't have the funds to make this happen unless you're lying to me. No. Yeah, I know, I understand, and I'm not kidding you. I'm just like, I think the only way I can get the money is that. And now is when you have to explain to them that they can be resourceful, which is you can get a second job, which is you can just ask for a loan to a family member, which is I have heard that other students went and they took a loan with their bank because it gives them pretty much no interest. I don't know. You could try. I'm not telling you to do so. You make sure. Just be careful when you advise someone to go for a loan because you cannot do that. But my point is, if you are smart and are smart about it, you can make them realize that that mindset is not going to lead anywhere. Because I can guarantee you something, out of 100 times, yeah, I don't think it was 100 precisely, but let's say that I had 100 times someone that I left because they said that they wanted to pay me later because they had a paycheck coming in. I never received a message. So 100%, the result was zero. They never do that. They never do that. So don't lead them. Don't let them walk away with that. What I would advise you to do is just do that. Is just keep fighting on that and say, look, why would that month be different than the month before? If you don't have any money now, why in the next money would you have money to pay for this if you don't have it now? And now they have to defend you. And unless they give you a very good explanation, which is, oh no, it's just that every single month I buy Sarkani boots that are 5K every single month. And that's why I just buy Gucci belts. It's like, okay, can you be sure that you're not going to spend the Gucci belt this month? No, absolutely not. Maybe in this example, maybe I could reconsider that. But does that make sense, what I'm saying? Or is it confusing still?
Yeah. No, it does very much make sense. I guess if I get them to pay a deposit
Yeah.
and they give me a valid reason, it's somewhat reasonable, or sorry, likely that they'll get back.
So deposits increase the chances of people getting back to you. I mean, that's probably like it forces a commitment out of them. So yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't matter, regardless of them getting money later or not. If you cannot make them commit, always fight to do a deposit. It only helps. So it's like an external factor that it just helps, but it's not directly tied into what we're discussing. That makes sense?
Okay,
You're not
I
sure.
see. Can you explain that one more time?
Yeah. So the deposits definitely help. Absolutely, they
Mhm.
help. But the thing is that what we're discussing now is the fact that if we should let people go off the calls when they're literally telling us that they just need to wait for another paycheck
Mm.
in order for them to pay. If you try to commit them down with a deposit, that is an external strategy that you can use to add more commitment. But this topic, it's topic alone. So this is
Mhm.
another thing. It's like an external thing that you can add on because it doesn't solve the problem. Because if you tell me, yeah, we can do a deposit of $100, they might say, yeah, no, but I need that paycheck. Without that paycheck, I cannot pay even one more dollar. So do you see how it's an external factor that might help, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't solve the problem itself?
Yeah. No, that does make sense. I guess just for as an example, I literally had a call just before this where the prospect was ridiculously committed,
Yeah.
but he didn't have any money right now, more than $100. But he said in 4 days he will receive a paycheck. And this month he had some unusual expense, but in 4 days he will join. And he paid $100 deposit. So would you've done the same thing as me there and let him off the call? He paid 100 again, but in 4 days he'll join.
Well, there's two things that are different there. Number one, you're telling me he's extremely committed. I don't know clearly. I don't know how truth this is, but I believe you. If the guy is really that committed, that's a plus. And the second is pay attention how specific the the answer is in 4 days is very specific. That doesn't, someone who lies doesn't say it like that. Someone who tells you the truth is like, yeah, in 4 days. They literally give you those details. So in that case, I would believe that. Plus the fact that he has that, plus the fact that he put $100, I will let him go. I will let him go 100%.
Okay, cool. That clarifies a lot. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Again, assume formlessness. Do you see that every advice is never yes or no? It depends on the situation. So that's the complicated part of it. But once you start getting it and you realize it's like it's super easy. Tyla, I think you raise your hand first.
Sir.
Yes.
Now, let me start by explaining what a state of Luca is. A state of Luca is being chill, whether something on calls happen that can trigger you, you always chill. Even when we're role playing, you challenge, but in a chill manner. Even after everything, like I can tell that you're that type of person that, okay, when they like messed up a call, made something, you're just like, okay, I'll just check it out later and just review and move on. How did you make that switch from someone who constantly gets triggered by stuff to this always person who's in the same level of being relaxed? Because I don't want to be that closer who fluctuates moods. Let's say I started off with a call with the dumbass prospect, like, okay, that was fun, and then move on. How did you make that switch?
Excellent question. I'm afraid my answer might not help you the most. Hopefully it does, but it's something very personal. Now, it's a very stoic thought, and hopefully this really works for all of you because it's going to make you enjoy your life a lot more. This is exactly the same reason why I was telling Andronator, hey, why are you getting pissed off? I will be laughing with this prospect. Like I would just be like, what the fuck is going on? And Andronator gets triggered, right? So, or you with these examples. It's so I would even link it outside of call so you can understand how much of a change this is because I used to be very triggered by this shit, like very. And I am this guy who gets gets angry very quickly, like genuinely. For example, with the ladies, it's like they did one thing, it's like just get pissed off immediately. It's like arguments, discussions. Until I realize, and the thing that worked the best for me is just the memento mori. It's just having that perspective, which is I'm going to die, right? And I know it's a very broad thing. So it's a very broad thought to have, especially in a moment of that you're in the heat of the battle. In case you don't know what memento mori is, any of you is remember you will die in Latin. So I know it's a broad thing, but at the same time, it's so simple and so effective to me. Because yes, I I will get angry for multiple things, but when you zoom out, which is what I am constantly teaching you guys to do, you zoom out and you see the whole thing. I'm zooming out of my life and I'm seeing it and I'm like, would I waste a day? Would I waste hours? Would I waste minutes on being pissed off, triggered, angry, sad, disappointed, depressed, whatever, for whatever the fuck this person said or whatever the fuck this person did, knowing that I'm going to die anyways? It sounds very stupid when you say it like that, right? Because the reality is that you're going to have some prospects that are going to be completely imbecile, like total imbeciles. But why should you be pissed off about that? You're literally a better person. You are becoming better. You're improving. You are enjoying life. You're going to become a successful man, successful woman in the case of Isabel and Aiden. My point is, if you get to that point, why would you be angry? Why would you be pissed off? Why would you be triggered? Okay. And there are multiple ways of seeing this, kind of like Isabel is saying, the multiple ways of kind of like thinking. And my point is, this is what works best for me. Just having that clarity, understanding the game of life. And the game of life is very finite. It has a duration. Now, everyone here we're all fucking young. It's not, no one here is like 90 years old. So it's a great thought to have today to say, it's great that I'm already having such a mature thought so early in life. And I would like all of you to have it. I would like all of you to just maintain this and keep it very present. I'm not going to be triggered for that. And I don't know how personal that would affect each one of you. That's kind of like why, but yeah, that's my reason. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense because I don't know. Probably it's because I don't get on that many calls as I used to. It's just that I know how to get in the state of I genuinely don't give a fuck, you know? To be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to be an empty vessel for this prospect. But recently, I hop on a call with this young lady, and I genuinely wanted to help her, but
Yeah.
she was being kind of like womany in a sense. So I was, I found myself getting a bit triggered by her. Like, why are you so stupid? Why are you being so stupid? Why are you being like you don't know what you want to do? So that's when I was questioning myself, like, hey, what happened to that state where you were like calm, you would just handle this in a calm way? And that has me worried.
It's just also it's not even that. It's also the perspective that you have. Why is everyone on interviews? It's the perspective that you have. So it's the Green Lantern analogy that I gave you guys. That I was literally walking down the street and I had a green t-shirt, a green shorts, and green shoes for some fucking reason. And there was a homeless guy, like two homeless guys on the street, like drinking, the wine in the little wooden boxes, like poverty to the maximum. And they looked at me and they started laughing and they said, Green Lantern, like just mocking me. And dude, the only thing green in me is how many dollars I have and that you don't, right? But the fact is, when I heard that, I just looked at them and I also laughed. Because why would I be pissed off? Why would I be angry to people who are obviously weaker and inferior than me? Now, obviously, this puts me into like, we can call it from a more humanitarian side. I was like, I'm just a good Samaritan. I'm a good neighbor. I don't care about the tax. It could be that your thought as well, and it's nice. In me is they're inferior. Why would I be angry? It's like, why would a boot be concerned with an ant? You know that phrase as well? That's kind of like my way of thinking about it. I'm only going to be concerned if someone who is above me says something to me because I'm going to be using that to improve. Just that. But I'm also not going to be attached and I'm going to feel bad and I'm going to be triggered and I'm going to like, nah, what would I gain with that? So yeah, even even time helps with this. On a sales call, it will be over in 30 or so minutes, anyways, an hour, insignificant amount of time. Facts, like literally. And yes, Carlitos, I am constantly the memento mori. I mean, I have it tattooed literally here because it's like it's something that I'm seeing all the time, right? So it's yeah.
Another final thing. Sorry, Isabel. I'm not being a dickhead right now. I just want to get this out of the way. Another final thing is knowing what you have to do,
Yes.
but still not doing it. And I think was the lesson I had yesterday. Like it comes from it comes from me being patient with myself. Do you think that's the right approach? Because I know the type of person I should be, not stressed about the outcomes, not stressed about I'm getting this many closes, not da 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 da. But I should be patient with myself because I just want to be that person in like a snap of a finger. That's my issue right now.
I don't think you have the wrong mindset. I think you know what I explained, the lesson where I explained, hopefully all of you saw it by now, the standards bar, where basically the actions that are below the standards bar. I would like is an exercise that I
Mhm.
want everyone to do. And you just have to see what you do daily and you see if you're hurting your identity. Am I taking actions that are enforcing the identity of the person I want to be? Or am I taking actions that are sinking down and destroying the identity that I want to have? And just with that exercise alone, if you do it consistently, I can fucking promise you that this question that you have right now, this doubt that you have right now will be erased. Just do that and keep playing on how can you make all your actions above that? How can you become that person who has that identity that is going to allow you to say, yeah, I am this person. I am a successful person. No doubt. I can literally see the proof every single day. So, makes sense?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Absolutely. Isabel.
Yes. So on George's sales call yesterday,
Yes.
the prospect you said don't push more because you're going to burn the lead.
Yes.
Can you explain that versus letting them rage quit or getting the sale?
Yes. So I knew this question would come up. I was expecting Andronator to tell me this. It's like, so surprise. Okay. In my calls, what I like to do is a 6-step framework to overcome objections. I'm going to go super quickly on that. All of you know it by now, but still. The first one is literally silence. Okay. It's just literally me being silent. And because all of you seen it, when you do a good job in the discovery, people actually want to, like, they overcome their own objections. So you can just stay silent. Let's see how they can overcome it themselves. The second one is to clarify. Is this something you want to do? Like, just that. Make sure you understand it and make sure that you know where the objection is coming from. Is it more money? Is it more thinking? Is that what's going on really? The third one is literally the common sense, which is, hey, we talked for 45 minutes. You told me you want to do this. Now you want to think about it. What happened? All this explanation will come to your answer. Resist. The fourth one is basically the leadership. Okay? How can you move people to be inspired and to label themselves as a successful person who takes action? We literally got to that point in that call. Do you guys remember basically the things that I was saying? I was using a bit of leadership as well, which is, what would the person who believes, I don't know, I don't remember what I said, but it's basically consequence actions that are tied to her identity. That makes sense? What I'm saying right now? Okay. The next one is basically that slap in the face, where it's pretty much when we said, so what do you think God thinks, or what would God perceive as him giving you all these opportunities and you just not seizing them at all? That's you starting to slapping her in the face. But the sixth one is basically the unsell, which is, you know what? I don't think I can help you. We can just leave it here. I went for that option faster because when you're doing objection handles where you do this stuff, now this is not something that you got to see, Aiden. It's something that just happened. It was a live training. You're fucked. So I went immediately for the stopping because even though this is a fixed framework that I have, I still really believe that you need to pay constant attention to what you have in front. Maybe you guys didn't catch it, but that woman was really desperate to just leave the call. There was a moment that she was like, okay, I just need to leave. She was very nervous. She was trying to act fun because you can tell that she's a nice lady. She's not someone who can withstand conflict. But George was just pressing, even though he was doing softly, he was just pressing and pressing and pressing. And that woman is, I'm going to frame her as a delicate flower. She's going to die instantly if we pressed more. I can already see it. You guys saw it. I have this fucking sense. Do you guys see it? Here comes the I need to think about it. And she talked for like 3 more minutes and she said, I need to think about this. I need to pray about this. Like I call it, I can see, I know what the people are going to say based on what I am seeing with her body language. So just because I was able to see that, I was also seeing the fact that he was going to burn the lead if he keep pushing. Maybe it's difficult to see it for you guys right now, but when you see someone so altered, so nervous that she was smiling, laughing all the time, she was someone who needed a moment. She needed a break. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe if we actually have the call recording, I could like break down every movement that she did with the pen, the smile, she looking away, the trembling of her voice. It was just a combination of things that allowed me to say, if George keeps going, this lead will be completely burned. And the best thing that he can do right now is give her a moment and circle back. It's a vague explanation, but tell me if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I also had a call with someone who was like that as well. So the
Yes.
question came partly from wondering if they are, you can see that they just want to leave the call and they're super stressed out about it. Do you let them off the hook with certain prospects like this woman?
So keep in mind that the prospects that I would just left off the hook like this, it's probably 5%.
Yeah.
Like very, very low amount of people that I would just I would just leave them. The more that what I would do is what I told Angelinator multiple times, I'm gonna keep pressing until they rage quit or they're just, okay, fuck you, take the money. Like I'm gonna keep pushing until that moment. The thing is, with that lady, I don't really see her rage quitting. I see her just crying and regretting the decision of being on the call if I just keep pressing. And that doesn't help me at all. So I knew that wasn't going to be the way. But again, that's a very unique case. In the majority of the cases, I'm going to be pushing more, pushing more, pushing more until they just really break. And why is that? Because I'm genuinely doing it from a place of I want to help you. I genuinely want to help you. And the easiest flip to do that is imagine all of you think of the person that you love the most in your lives. Mother, girlfriend, boyfriend, Carlitos, whatever. That person that you know, this is the most important person in my life. Would you give up quickly if you know that you can help them? No, you're still going to fight for them because they're important to you. So I know it's difficult to visualize the prospect of someone who is someone who you can really go an extra mile for. But if you do it and if you're able to do that, oof, you will be able to defeat objections a lot. So I don't know if this yapping is making sense, but it's very, it's a difficult thing to answer with a yes, no, this case, because it's not like that. It's a combination of things that I am seeing live that allows me to say, I'm going to go with rage quit or I'm going to give you a break. But the give you a break is very minimal. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And then if she wasn't going to buy anyways, though, right? Do you think that she'll ever get back to him?
You want to know why I let her also go? Because she actually, how do I say this without being absolutely canceled? She believes the delusional state she lives in. Like genuinely.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing is to be a believer, and in the little that I know about beliefs and religion, one thing is to be a believer, and another thing is to be that level of delusion. That was like, I don't even know what that was. That was
Yeah.
crazy. So with someone of that level of delusion, I can literally use that delusion in my favor because like I'm just gonna okay, talk to the Holy Spirit. Tell me what the Holy Spirit will tell you. And she seems a very nice lady. So I think she's gonna get back to me. Maybe to tell me no. But that's great. A no can be turned into a yes because it's like something, but a maybe is I need that maybe is nothing. I need that maybe into a no or that maybe into a yes. I need that maybe into something. Because if it's a no, I can turn into a yes. If it's a yes, I won. But a maybe, which is what we got in that call, is like it doesn't lead anywhere. So if I need to give her a little bit more of time, we can. But just keep in mind the questions that I was literally giving George. I'm going to read them so that, for example, everyone has context. Is George is pissed off because he couldn't close someone on an objection handle. What did I nail it? It's crazy how I can read faces. What are you hoping to get with praying? Just trying to find out something. Then, do you like clarity with this? What do you think the Spirit wants you to do? Now it's a little bit of leadership. Leadership through the Holy Spirit in this case. What is the calling telling you to do now? To slow down and stop or to have faith in your decision? I really don't want to put pressure on you, Helen, but if he keeps giving you opportunities and you don't take them, where do you think that leads you? Would it give you more mental peace to left the decision for God? Can you help me understand why you need God to make the decision for you instead of you doing it for him? These questions that I was just asking were literally just based on Do you guys, why am I reading this? Do you guys see that these questions are pushing, but they're super soft? They're not abrasive. They're not going to damage her, but they will push. And that's what you want to do with a prospect like this. Of course, with another prospect, I'm just gonna call him, you do realize you're a fat fuck, right? And I'm gonna say that as a question. So it depends on the prospect, who am I talking to? But with this lady, it's like, I'm not gonna say something like that.
Yeah.
George hates everyone. George is so red right now. The fact that you didn't close that person, do you think that's a problem of a symptom of a larger of a larger problem? George, fucking Christ. How many times do I have to tell you this? Please. Heavy is the head who wears the crown. I have said it so many times and you still don't understand it. It's so easy. It's so easy. I don't get it. You try to diffuse the objection handle, and all you had to do was, may I share a perspective? That's all you had to do. It was that easy. Crazy, man. Crazy. You just had to quote Shakespeare. Unbelievable. I cannot understand you. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah. Who's the head who wears the crown? Andronator.
Yes, sir. So you say that your sixth step is unsell. So something I've struggled with knowing is, do
Yes.
you really push until they genuinely rage quit or buy? Or do you in the end say, nah, look, I don't know, you just doesn't seem committed. The offer is off the table.
No, I wouldn't say it like that. So, maybe this will give you clarity. You know who are the people who I kind of would push? You know those examples of, yeah, you're off the table? Is when I see people who are just genuinely idiots and they're not going to be successful with the program. Like, if I genuinely see that, I'm just going to take the offer off the table. Or with people that I know, they can really accomplish stuff, that they have the power to make it, but for some fucking reason, they are lazy about it, or they're too afraid of doing it, and they need that pressure. Like there are people that really need a lot of outside pressure, like a lot of outside pressure. Okay? Like genuinely a lot. So the whole thing about here is understanding what you have in front, because that same strategy with some people would work. For example, imagine you get me on a call and you say, hey, I'm not even going to give you the chance. I'm going to tell you, okay, go fuck yourself then. And I'm going to leave the call. So to me, that wouldn't work. But to some other people, they might really take that seriously and they say, oh, yeah, this is my last shot. Yeah, I have to do this. You see? So again, it's the tendency today, but you guys are asking me questions that I can just answer with assumed formlessness. In some cases, you have to do this. In some cases, you have to do that. And it all comes down onto reading what people are doing, how they are behaving, so that you can make an educated guess on what you have in front. And if you like the knowledge or the expertise or the security to say, I have to go here or I have to go here, follow your gut based on the things that you learn. Okay? Trust more in yourselves, because that happens to me as well. I am very good reading faces, tonalities, voices, everything, but I don't know everything 100% of the time. I also take risks, and I do that based on my gut. That makes sense, everyone?
Yeah. So basically, in some of the cases, you would, as the last solution, say that the offer is off the table. In other cases, you would just push them until they either rage quit or buys.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. But again, depends on the situation, right? Some people, I'm going to be kind. Some people, I'm going to give them a way out, like we did with the Christian lady that George was talking. Some people, no. Some people, I'm going to tell them, you don't have a way out. It's now or never, right? But imagine you do that to George's lady. Well, George's lady sounds very bad, actually. But the woman that George was talking on the phone. If I do that, that woman might actually tell me, and maybe that's what the Holy Spirit wants. And now she completely destroyed me. So she handled objection me with that. I am cooked. You see? So you have to realize what you have in front, and it makes sense that you're not screwing things up. So yeah. Tyler?
Yep. I had a question about the frames because I've been studying a lot, and you're saying we shouldn't fall into the prospect's frame. And then I'm a bit confused about the clarifying. Do you first clarify their frame to figure it out? Then you're like, okay, that's bullshit. Come on to my frame. Or how do you
Yeah,
navigate your way around that?
I'm going to show you that. It's a good question. So anyways, all of this that I'm explaining, you're going to see because I recorded a YouTube video of like 3 hours and something. So that's going to be cooking. You literally have all the explanations. But for you to see it right now, step number 2, okay, step number 1 is going to be silence when handling objections, okay? Which basically you need to think about it, just like, I see. Silence. Because some people, as all of you know, say, yeah, but I mean, maybe if I do this, I'm like, maybe if I ask money. People think out loud, right? So that's one thing. Now, the second step is literally the clarify. And here with the clarify, what did George send? Her response, by the way. Oh, no, I need to read this. Hello, George. I did receive confirmation. God is good. Oh, my God. I am going to decline this opportunity with PHH. I do have Liz's book, and I will read through her words of wisdom. The main thing here where I received no was the inner healing sessions are all online. I didn't realize it was all done online. I'm not called to do online inner healing. So, and then she said, thank you for your time. May God bless you, whatever. So, what can you extract of this? Can anyone tell me? This is clear as day where George fucked up. Where did George fucked up?
I should have objection handled that. It pre-handled it in the discovery. She even said it. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, she said it.
I never heard that.
Are they all online? I was like, yep. So
Okay.
I
So
fucked
you,
up.
yeah, and you see the discoveries were everything. So
Yeah.
you needed to talk about that. So that's why all the objection handler kind of like didn't lead anywhere. She was doubting about this one. So
Yeah.
this is what I'm always saying with discoveries are the things that makes the cell or loses them.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a special case. This
Hmm.
should help you as a lesson for you to say, I need to be more aware in the discoveries. I need to be more aware.
Yeah.
So anyways, getting back to the explanation that I was giving, Mr. Tyler. Coffee break? You guys are fucking kidding me. You do know that, right? So on Sunday, I roasted all of you because you're not asking me questions. And now on Friday, that is the role play sessions, all of you questions, like 1 hour of questions. Guys, I mean, it's not that I'm complaining, but anyways, what we can do is maybe we do this and a little bit of role play. And on Sunday, we can do maybe questions and a little bit of role play. It's fine. So with clarifying. So clarifying basically means that you're going to ask an important question, which is, hey, do you want to do this? I received an objection. Let's say I need to think about it. They must come in. So I'm going to stay silent. If it just ends there, I'm going to say, okay, Tyler, do you want to do this? It doesn't matter if you tell me yes or if you tell me no. I'm going to always ask you why after that. I'm sharing the screen, right? You guys can see what I'm writing? Okay, awesome. I thought I wasn't. So now it's extremely difficult. And I have, out of the 1,000 calls I had, I never received a no. People never told me, no, I don't want it. It's like, no, they just tell me, they just keep bullshitting with an objection, or they just tell me, yes, they want to. But either case, whatever the answer is, you ask why. And they say, well, yes, I want to do it because it will help me with this, it will help me with that, whatever. And now all you have to do is you basically need to see behind the curtain, which is basically what's the real objection behind that. And the way you do this is you find out what type of objection you have in front, which can be logistical, aka I don't have the money, I don't have time, I literally cannot do this because I have to travel, I don't know, or uncertainty, which is basically I'm not sure if I trust you guys, I'm not sure if I trust myself, I'm not sure if this will help me, whatever type of doubts are more intangible. And then based on whatever you got, you handle whatever you really got. You start chunking it down. It's like making sure you know a specific reason on why. But that's what I mean with clarifying. But overall, clarifying means you need to clarify if they want to do this. And then you need to clarify why. And then you need to clarify what's really behind that. Because the majority of the objections are literally a smokescreen to the second objection. It's not just with I need to think about it or I need to pray about it, which is the perfect example with this one, George. I need to pray about it. In reality was I just don't want to do just online things. So it's not just necessarily with those two, it's with everything. Even I'm not sure if I can afford this. That could be just an objection to I'm just a guy who doesn't like to do business online. You don't know. So the whole point is to clarify, get clarity on what's going on and find out what is the real objection. And you do that with questions like I told you guys to do. Okay. So that's what I mean with clarify. And if that doesn't work and you cannot advance through here, it's just like you just cannot find a way of breaking through that. You don't know where to go. Then you just go to step 3, which is common sense. Make sense? Like, hey, we're talking about for 45 minutes. What's going on? That's pretty much how you handle it, if that makes sense. So,
Okay.
tell me.
So when you clarify, you don't even fall for their frame. You just maintain your thing of saying, yeah, I know there's something behind this, and I'm just going to ask questions to get that something. But if I can't advance, I just bring it back to common sense. So that makes sense. Because in my mind, I was like, you need to first clarify and get their sense of thinking and viewing the world, because you were like, okay, you need to understand first before you understood. But I noticed that actually you just need to maintain your own frame and be like, yeah, I know why you're doing this, but I'll just keep going until I get what I see. And then once I see that, I
Yeah.
use that. And then, yeah, it's really simple, actually. It's not buying into their bullshit, basically. That's what sums this up.
Yeah, it is that. So, and answering your question, Carlitos, which is on calls / appointment setting, should we follow the same steps or how is it different? Well, here you got the 6 steps on how to battle objections. The thing is that when you're doing DM setting, the silence, well, you cannot really play on the silence. And if you're doing cold calling, you have to have some big balls to actually be silent on a cold call. It requires a lot of skill. If you know how to do it, eventually you will. Yes, absolutely. But right now, I wouldn't play on this one. The clarity, always. Because as you can see, it's like, hey, do you want to do this, by the way? Keep in mind that as a setter, the whole thing that you're doing is you're not pitching the product, you're pitching the call. So what you're selling is the call, pretty much. What is a YN? What? Young Knight. What the fuck? So the third one, common sense. Common sense, you do it 50-50 because you never really got to that much of it in depth on a conversation. Usually the calls that we were having or the setting are not that long and not that in that much depth. So what I would just this chat is going crazy. So the depth of that conversation would be pretty much, so you telling me that you want to do this, but you're hesitant to take a call to fix it. Make sense? So it's like a 50-50. It's not that hard. On a closing call per se, you can go with a lot more details on it. Like, dude, you're telling me that for 45 minutes you wanted to fix this and this and this and this and this, and now you want to think about it. The leadership is also one thing that I would say is 25, 75, 75 on the no, because you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of a presence. Jared just entering and leaving the Zoom is making me crazy. So you cannot use it a lot without being kind of a pest. It's very difficult to do so. Then the slap in the face, you cannot use because you didn't earn the right to just beat them down and make them rage quit because it's a cold call. Like you can't. This one you can, the unsell, which is basically, hey, if this is not something you want, or on text, this is not something that you're interested, we can just leave it here. There's no pressure. So your biggest weapons are unsell and clarify with setting. Make sense? With closing, I would like all of you to use the 6 steps, but it's a different scenario. Yeah? Cool. If we didn't start role playing yet, no. I wanted you guys to ask me more questions. Now you just completely overdid it. So, okay, I'm happy. Jared, tell me your question.
All right. I have 2 of them. Okay, wait, can you hear me? Okay.
No, we can't hear you.
Okay. So the first one was what I was going to ask in the 40 CI with my situation. I kind of got a job offer. Well, I did get a job offer for Moves Method, where he said their top closer had a month where he made 50K. And he said it's easy to get to 10K because they're just going to feed you calls and they have really good show up rate. So I was thinking of leaving Charlie's offer to do that one. Do you think I should give Charlie's offer some more time or should I onboard onto both? But I would just be like cooked.
1 second. Before I answer that, did I share my screen explaining this? Because, yes, the Carlitos, your question, did I? Yeah, I'm completely tripping.
No, you didn't. You
You
didn't
shared
share
your
it.
screen, but not when answering Carlitos' question.
Yeah, I'm completely
You
tripping.
shared
So
it before.
basically, I'm just an idiot. Yeah. So basically, 1 second, Jared. Basically, what I said is that silence doesn't work. Okay. Clarity is a great weapon. Unsell is a great weapon. But the common sense is like 50-50 because you don't have that much leverage. Leadership, 25, barely you can do it. You don't have a lot. And you did not earn the right to slap them in the face. But all the closers, you have to use all of them. Yes? I just wanted to give that visual representation as well because I think it's important. Anyways, now answering your question, Jared. How much money have you made with the Charlie thingy?
0. I might have just got it closed today. The guy said he's going to go deposit money in the bank. I pressed him on it. I handle the concerns. So I might have one. But
How
right
much-
now, 0.
How much would you make with that?
With the new one,
Yeah.
I mean, they said I could get to 10K. They were glazing me too. I felt like a Jennifer.
Okay, nice. So if you have a current offer that you're not making money, and you have a new offer, which they could give you more stuff, and you also have Douglas' offer, because I know you're there too, that you also are making money, and you also have Ben's thingy, Charlie basically, well, kind of goes to shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now, if you have the time, for how long have you been in Charlie's offer?
It's been like a week now.
Oh, okay, a week. Maybe give it another week. 1 week is not enough. I thought you were a little bit longer than that. Like 1 week is not enough. Give it at least 1 more week. If you don't really see anything good and positive on that, just leave and go to the next offer. The whole
Okay.
point in here is that, guys, I want all of you to have 2 offers. And I want one to be the offer that gives you insured money every month. Like, he's paying, he's giving me the money. And the second offer, who might be better, but you don't know. And if that second offer is not better, this offer gets replaced and you find another offer. And you just keep doing that until that second offer becomes better than the first one. And then that second becomes the first offer. And then you find another one. And you just keep doing this process until you find a very good offer. Okay? And once you find a really good offer, then you can just stay. You don't have to worry about it. That makes sense with everyone? the strategy,
Yes.
because that's the best strategy that you guys can do. So yeah.
Another thing though, with Charlie's offer, Andre said that the top closer was making like 5K, whereas this guy he made 50K. So
Yeah.
I feel like I should just send it.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a big difference. It's literally a 10x. So you tell me. What would you
Yeah.
feel? May I share a perspective? Heavy is the head who wears the crown. Do I have to say it? So yeah. What about, Isabel says, what about guaranteed setter income and one very good closer offer? Yeah, so it doesn't matter. The first offer could be setting, could be closing, could be copywriting, could be VA, could be video editing for all I know. I want all of you to have one source of income that you know, hey, I have money. Like all of you need money. It's like, or in case with Carlitos, that he has to tell he's not a 5. Like you need this. How can you live without it? And until you don't find a second thing who can completely triumph over this one, you don't leave this one. Yeah. So that is that simple. Now, if you like this, obviously the more related to sales, the better. So setting is better than maybe a normal 9 to 5. And closing will be better than a setting gig. So those are other factors that you can think of as well. But the reality is that, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. So Jared, something else, or that was it?
The other thing was the call I just had, where at the end he was like, "Oh, I want to do this. I only have like $1,000." So we discussed doing a deposit, and then he's like, "All right, but I have $1,000 in cash, so I have to go to the bank and deposit it." So I kind of pressed him on it. I'm like, "Look, do you really want to do this, or are there any concerns that you have?" And then he opened up about he was concerned about spending all this money on coaching because he's never done it before. But I did push on that, and then I got him to commit like 10 times where he's like, "No, I definitely do want to do this. I'm going to do this." And I'm like, "Are you sure you're going to do it?" He's like, "Yes, I need to take the jump." So I'll probably send it as a hunter's eye because I want to see how I did. But my question was going to be, other than saying like, when are you going to go to the bank and when are you going to call me and get back in touch with me? Is there anything else you would do in terms of like the plan for what he's going to do after getting off the call?
Two factors. Number one would be to really, I will need the full context because it will vary from person to person. Then the second one is the more detailed you can be, the better. But at the same time, the more simple you can keep things, the better. So, for instance, in this case, I would just say, what is the simplest thing and what is the most crucial thing that I know this person needs to do? The when, the how, and getting back to me. So what I'm going to say is, okay, right now I'm going to talk for me. It is Friday, 6 p.m. Can you go to the bank now? No, it's closed. Okay. When does the bank open? It opens on Monday. Fuck. I have to wait, but it is what it is. Well, on Monday, at what time can you go? I mean, I have a job, so I will be able to leave at noon exactly. Okay. Can you make sure that you go at noon? Yes. Are you sure you want to go at noon? You can just tell me that you don't want to do this and you want to settle for your life. It is fine. No judgments. No. I want to do this. I'm going to do this at noon on Monday. Okay. At noon on Monday, I would expect a message from you, an email telling me that you did this. I would like you to give me also the information that you got. And then we can see how we can get started. Let's wait with the loan. Okay. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they got that, I probably wouldn't need to get on a second call. I never did this. It's just through emails. Okay. I'll just send you the link and we just get it started. Boom. Awesome. Let's do it. The getting on the call immediately, if you got someone so committed to go to the bank to ask for a loan, you don't need to get them on a call because, oh yeah, he's not going to buy. It's like, dude, he just went to the bank. He wants to do this. Maybe if it's another case, I can maybe get on a call to tie him down a little bit more. But this is a person who genuinely wants to do it. So basically it's the how, which is going to the bank, the when are you going to the bank, and how you're going to get in contact with me, which is as soon as you get that, you get in contact with me and we see how we do it. Keeping it more things that you can do. Of course, you can say, what is the bank that you're going to go? At what time you're going to go exactly? Are you going to go by car? It's like you can just keep doing this, but I like to just keep it simple. Yeah. So
One thing he said was that he has $1,000 cash that he has to deposit into the bank.
yeah.
Would you ask, why do you have so much money cash? It was because he's a personal trainer. I figured. I didn't ask that, but he probably gets paid cash. Would
Yeah.
you question that or no?
You can play a little bit on the ego. This is something that I did with two people. And I still remember the day. So these people, because of the business that they have, they get paid in cash all the time, right? And they don't have money to just spend on a credit card or anything. So when they told me that they need to go to the bank and deposit it, what I did with both, it's like luckily they were men. I'm not sure how good this will work with women. I said, "Hey, you can just tell me if you don't have money. Like it's fine, man." It's like, no, I have the money, dude. It's fine. You genuinely don't have to. That you have nothing to prove. I believe you. No, I do have the money, man. Hey, I believe you, man. I believe you. And both of them literally get so angry that they got up, they went to somewhere and they come back with like a stack of $100 bills to show me I have the money. Okay. And this is a good way of using enticing. So again, so you guys can see how powerful it is. My point is that people, I believe, and now there's a lot of commitment. And the moment they came to the room and showed me the money, they're completely fucked because they show me they can do it. It's going to be very difficult for them to just not take action now because they show me that they have the money, their ego is hurt. So I have so many chances of them to actually coming back to me and paying me, like an insane amount of chances. So my whole point with all of this is that, what is this chat? Jesus, which underwear are you gonna wear? What the fuck? Anyways, my point is, and yeah, Luke ignoring the blood and coke over the money they had. One was a Mexican, so high chances of that. High chances, actually. High. We Latinos are kind of, interesting. Anyways, my point is, you could just do the same that I did there. It's a good thing, but there's people who genuinely just have a lot of money in cash at hand and they don't have it on digital aspect. There's also a lot of people who don't believe in having money in digital assets because then the reality is that, I mean, it's kind of fair. You guys have money in your cars and everything. That's not your money. There's literally someone who can just delete that and you're completely screwed. So there's people who just really prefer to have the trust of saying, I need to have the money here or my savings in some type of save box or whatever, which makes sense. So, or other people who put all their savings in crypto. So my point is, you encounter that guy and you tell him, okay, can you wire me 20K? It's like, okay, I need to transfer the crypto so that I can do that. Make sense? It's literally what happened with with this new mentor that I have. He said it's 20K. I proceed to swallow. It's like 20K. Okay, interesting. 20K a year? No, 20K a month. I proceed to swallow again. It's like fucking hell. But I had to move the crypto, and that took a process. Swallow pause. I had to move the crypto. Okay, so there's some truth into what they're saying, if that makes sense. Everyone follow with this?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Andrew Nater?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember the short clip I sent you of a chick that said she really trusted me and she really liked the way I talked to her, etc., etc. And in that call, it happened that she, like in a very genuine way, and I don't know, somewhere in towards the pitch, she asked me like a genuine question. It was how long I had been doing this. When a prospect asks you questions like that, like you, the closer a personal question, but you can tell that it's from like a genuine place, do you still try to not answer it? And you're like, yeah, I could answer that, but how is that relevant to you? Or in that case, I assume you can like answer it, but then of course you shift the focus back to them afterwards.
Excellent question. So this happened to me a lot, especially in the offer that all of you know that it's for copywriting services. That I get on calls with people and they say, "Hey, what about you? Did you make good stuff with copy?" And this is where sometimes, so not answering a question directly, it's a good thing because it doesn't put you on the spot. Answering a question directly can put you in a very bad spot as a closer, so I don't recommend it. But if the answer that you have is a good one and it's a short one, you can definitely do it. So for example, when people ask me, "Hey, have you done copywriting?" I every time I would say, "Yeah, I mean, in a year I was able to make $23,000 a month, and I live in a third world country." And now people are like, "Wow, I need to do this," right? So that helps me. I'm definitely gonna say that because it helps to my cause. In this case, let's say Andronator, in your case, that chick was just asking you from a genuine place, and she says, "Hey, have you been doing this for a while or anything?" You can literally say, even though it's kind of like, Aikitoing the truth, you can say, "Yeah, I have been doing this for a couple of years. I already made several $1,000s." It's not a lie. I mean, you know, but it's not a lie. And that immediately builds trust. So what I would do if in this case that happens is I'm answering the question quickly in that case, and then I'm quickly answering a question. I'm not stopping. Because if you say, "Yeah, I mean, I made several $1,000s already," and you leave it like that, what are you inciting for her to ask you another question on that? Because you just leave it blank. But if you say, "Yeah, I mean, I already made several $1,000s." Anyways, in your case, why is that so important to you? Or in your case, what about and I'm just going to move the topic for whatever. So it's like I'm answering, I'm building trust, I'm showing it's possible, but I'm getting back with another question. Do you see?
Yeah, 100%. Is it the same principle if some prospects ask it from a genuine place, right? But some prospects are just like skeptical and they're like, "Oh, okay, so how long have you doing this, you know?" Would you still answer it in the same way, or that's when you wouldn't even answer it and just put it straight back at them?
It depends on the results that you got, and it depends on how skeptical the person is. Because if someone is extremely skeptical, I'm not gonna answer and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I can tell you that, but where's that coming from? What does that matter to you?" And I'm gonna dive deeper into that. But in a case that you actually have good results, for example, me with copy in the first year, I'm gonna say, let's say in that case, I have someone who's skeptical, but I can just clearly say, "Yeah, I mean, I made 23K in under a year. Why do you want to know that? Where's that coming from?" So do you see I'm answering very quickly and I'm boom, getting back at him. But I can use my answer because it builds a lot of authority and truth. Okay. And builds trust as well. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. The whiteness in my geogenerator can fathom lie. I will send you what is this chat? Anyways, so are you guys liking the coaching session so far? Like a lot of questions, nice. But any other question? Something else? Or do we jump into the role plays? Okay. Okay, we're gonna jump into the role plays. Now, George Thomas, I would like you to become a good prospect. Would you give us the honor of doing that?
Oh my god, bro, I'm gonna cook. Okay, let me just join on my phone and we can get started.
Let's wait. I want everyone to have their minds refreshed. We're gonna give like 3 minutes, 4 minutes of a break. Everyone,
Yes.
I want you to have a little bit of a little break, prepare. And now, oh no, why is he also joining with the phone? This is crazy. So the real question is, who should be the closer Who hasn't been done it in a while? Jaden? Am I tripping?
I don't know. I would love to do it, but
Isabel, tell me.
No, that was a closer rate.
No. I'm trying to think who was the last one. We can do Jaden. It's been a while since I roasted
Yeah.
Jaden.
roast me, please.
Yeah, let's roast Jaden. So Jaden is gonna be the closer. Babadook is gonna be the prospect. Oh no, this video is so gonna be canceled. God damn. Anyways, let's regroup in like 4 or 5 minutes. So we are back and it's time to attack. It's time for Jaden Cartal to face a very interesting prospect. So Jaden, George, Babadook, whenever you guys are ready. And what are we?
I'm ready.
What are we selling? What's the offer?
I don't know if George knows it, but the lead generation for epoxy contractors.
Oh, what?
Now we can do something different. Let's do 40s. Yeah, I'm sick of it actually.
Yeah, let's do for this, yeah.
Ah.
By the way, my name's Babadook. I'm on my phone. I can't be bothered to change my name, but it's Babadook the whole time. So,
All right, so we're gonna do 40CI, which is a copywriting mentorship for context. All right then. When are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Babadook, are you there?
Yo, yeah, I'm here, bro. What's up?
What's up? Your camera's off.
Yeah, man.
Can you please turn it on?
Do I have to?
Yes.
I bet. Give me a sec. Bet. Yo. So,
Babadook, what's up?
yo. What's up?
What are you doing right now? Are you lying down?
Yeah, I just had to sleep before this, type shit.
Oh, you just wake up?
Yeah.
I mean, could you maybe get on the desk? It seems like you don't take that seriously, man.
No, but I'm serious, bro. I want to make some money with copy type shit, What's up?
I mean, you're half naked, you're just lying around, scratching yourself. You're definitely not serious, man.
Nah, but I'm serious, bro. Why you on my balls, man? I thought you're my mother or some shit, bro. So good. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I don't know if it's important to you, but if not, man, we can leave it here.
No, but I want to do this. Let's get into it, bro. How do I make money with copy type shit?
Yeah, can you maybe like sit down, like get some clothes on, etc.?
All right, so he just froze. Anyways, I'll give you what you're doing. Overall, the direction you're taking is good. But you know what's the problem? Is you're being too soft and you're just laughing. There's no seriousness in you. Imagine this guy has a call with me. I'm not smiling. I'm saying, dude, you want to make copy type shit money? Yeah, dude. Okay. So get up, put a shirt on, and have a proper conversation with me, or we just leave it here. And I am very serious about it. I'm not laughing, smiling. It's just like, it's not funny because it's disrespectful to me. So you're just being too kind. Like it's fun at the beginning to kind of be laughing about it because I would be doing the same. It's like, okay, so what's up, man? What's going on? So I will be laughing about it, yes, for sure. But after 1-2 times, you told him, hey, can you just, get real? If he still doesn't do it, then I'm gonna be serious, and I'm gonna tell him that if he doesn't do it, we have to leave it here. So try that again.
Okay,
Oh my
Josh, we
God.
want to make money with copy, but it seems like this call is not important to you. So this is my last reminder for you. Can you sit down on a desk and take this seriously, or we can just leave it here?
Bro. Okay, give me a sec type shit. Hold up. Hey, bro. All good.
That was good, bro. Yo, what's
I
up?
need to pin him here.
Okay.
Jaden?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yo,
Can you take on a shot, please?
bro. What is this cool, bro? Can we just talk about copy? Like, bro. Come on.
Or you want to make money with copy, but you don't take this seriously.
Yeah, but like,
so
what's
how
it
you-
got to do with my shirt, bro? Like, the fuck? Type shit.
It has to do with your commitment and how serious you take this. You don't take this serious, man.
Bro, me wearing a shirt is not me being serious. Like, the fuck, bro? Let's just get into this. Like, bro,
Well,
what-
Duke, I'm not gonna argue with you, man. Like either you take on a shirt or we just leave it here. This is my last
Good.
reminder.
Good.
bro. Oh my god. Fuck's sake. Here you go, Daddy.
Taking it seriously now.
Yeah. Let's get into it, man.
Okay, awesome. By the way, where are you coming from?
Sorry?
Where are you calling from?
Oh, like my country. England. Yeah.
England, nice. Okay. I know we have a limited amount of time, so are you ready to jump in?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, I only have one purpose on this call, and that is to answer one question, which is, does it make sense for both of us to work together? If it is, awesome, I can walk you through the whole details. But if not, cool, I can point you the best direction. Now, the way we're gonna do this is by me asking you some questions to truly understand your current situation. And after that, once I'm explaining the whole program, I want you to ask me literally anything that comes to your mind, okay?
Yeah.
And also,
No.
you just saw I'm a very direct.
So I'll show you how I would do it because in the way he's acting, you gotta say, I'm just literally gonna stop in the middle of a conversation. I'll show you. Just keep playing the prospect. So yeah, man. So what we're gonna do in this call is I'm gonna
What's up?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Dude, I had to genuinely tell you multiple times to get out of bed, put on a shirt, and now we're in the call. And you're just looking everywhere, trying to find a golden bunny in your desk. I don't know what you're doing. You look like you could use a bucket of cold water in your face right now to wake up. If this is not a good time for us to have the call, we can leave it here. We can leave it. We can reschedule. But if you decide to go with this, you have to accept the fact that this is a serious call. And if you don't want to, it's not a problem, but we can leave it. But if
No,
I'm going to
yeah,
give
no.
you, don't interrupt me.
Yeah.
If I'm going to give you my attention right now, you might as well give me the attention back, or you can just keep doing the things that you're doing right now. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to do it. My bad, bro.
Sure. All good. So like I was saying, and boom. So do you see? It's the authority out of that one is me. I just like leash him. Like you have to be able to do the same. So anyways, take it from there. You don't need to say the same thing. Just now do the framing that you have him present.
Okay, George. So I only have one purpose on this call, and that's to answer one question, which is, does it make sense for both of us to work together? If it is, awesome. I can walk you through the whole process. But if not, I can point you to the best direction. And the way we're gonna do this is by me asking you some questions to truly understand your current situation. And after that, once I'm explaining the program, you can ask me about anything in your mind. Okay?
Yeah.
And And as you probably realized, I'm a very direct and transparent guy. So I'm going to ask you some personal questions to really help you, okay? So I want you to be transparent with me as well.
Yeah.
Before you go,
You see,
good, Jaden, like very good framing. I would say slow down a little bit more. I don't know if you guys catch it, but he was like, especially in the first part, like too fast. An authority doesn't speak fast like this. An authority slows down. An authority enunciates his words. Especially when you're doing the framing, you have to be able to speak like I'm speaking right now. But good anyways. Take it from there. Go for the discovery.
okay, Babadook, tell me, what led you to book a call with us today?
Yeah, man, I just want to make some money with copy type shit. You know.
Okay, you want to make some money with copy. So how much money do you want to make?
No.
Like,
Nah.
Yeah,
Try again.
I realized that. Okay, why do you want to make money with copy?
but you know, I want the Lambos and shit. You know, like, you know, that I see like those, you know, man, those like gurus and shit. You know, like, yeah, like like driving supercars type shit. You know, yeah, bro. I need some money, man.
Okay, it seems like that's really important to you, the way you're expressing it. Is that right?
Yeah, but I want some fucking bitches as well. Yeah.
Okay, is it the Lambos or the bitches or both?
But all of it. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Before this goes on a tangent, your mind as a closer needs to be, he wants this, but what does he need? I don't know. He kind of said like, I need that. It's like, what does he need? And the only way you're going to find that out is by, okay, let's talk about the present. You're just taking this discovery and sailing to future pacing for no reason. I will talk about the present, which is, if he says, I want to make money, my answer would be, so how much money you're making now? I would just talk about the present. And I would see, why is that a problem? Why that doesn't allow him to buy the supercars? Okay, so
Okay.
let's start from the beginning. Just Babadook, go again and say why you want to do this with your excellent acting skills.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just want to make money type shit, you know.
Okay, you want to make money type shit. How much money are you making right now?
Like, yeah, I work at McDonald's. Like, yeah, I make like 3K.
Okay. Is that after or before taxes?
That's after taxes actually. Yeah,
3K.
because it's not
Okay.
bad, but it's like I want to, you know, do more. Yeah, type shit.
Okay, if it's not bad, why do you want to make more?
You know, I just feel like I could do more with my life, you know, type shit.
Okay, what do you mean with that?
You know, I mean, I've been in this job for a while, so it's like, bruh, you know, I can do more, like, bruh, you know, type shit.
How long have you been in your job? What does the while mean?
One thing though, interrupting you, this is a great way. There's two perfect ways you can go about this, and this is 100% whatever you guys want. You can just keep going with the data thing. This is the perfect example of what I'm always explaining. The prospect will allow you at one point to go with the data or with the more intangible sides of things. Right now, you chose to keep going with the data. Okay. So for how long have you had this job? And you just keep, and if you're going to go discovery mode, interrogation, keep going on this aspect. Don't stop. Ask data, numbers, facts. Okay. Because of this is a very particular prospect, I would have, just for the kicks of it, I would have said, yeah, what can you do? He says, I can do more. Okay, what can you do? And I'm just going to open that Pandora box because I'm just curious, genuinely. But I don't know how it's going to go. Maybe I'm going to go back to data gathering, but choose a direction and go from there.
Should I choose or should I go data?
Whatever you want, honestly, it's fine.
Let me go with what you said. Okay, Babadook, what can you do now?
I don't know, boss. I'm on the cool bear.
Okay, you don't know what you can do now?
Well, I mean, that's kind of why I'm looking for guidance.
Okay, with the 3K you're making right now, what can you do with that?
I mean, I can't buy them bitches and shit, you know? Like, I can live type shit, but I want more, you know?
You can't buy bitches? Or what do you mean?
Yeah, like, I can't.
Where are we going with this? This is low. How can you make this have a direction?
Okay. You want some more.
You when you asked the what can you do now, you asked it in a way that really makes sense to what can he do today. My question was more when he said I can do more stuff. It's like, what can you do? It's like, what are the things that you can do? Tell me. That's the way I would use the future pacing in this place, because that allows me to bring it back to present and tie it with pain. That makes sense. You went for present with that one, so it's like you're mixing up all the ideas. Not bad, but you're mixing it, and that's why you're getting this dead allays. It's like I don't know where to go here. So try it like that, and you'll see.
Okay. Why can't you? What do you mean with buying bitches?
No, don't. I'm gonna ask. So George just said I can do more. Now what I'm asking is, okay, what are the things you can do?
Okay. So you want more. What are the things you can do?
Bro, loads of things, you know? Like, I told you about, like, driving supercars, you know, hanging out with the boys in Miami type shit, you know, hanging out with the rappers and shit and the bitches. Like, yeah, I could, yeah, but I see myself doing that shit, you know, type shit.
Okay. So you want to drive supercars, be in Miami with the boys, and what are you doing now?
Just working, you know, grinding, put my head down type shit.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad, bro.
If you are
Okay.
going to tell Jerry this type of questions, what I would do is I would just say, so what's the point and why is it so important for you to live that life? Since I'm already kind of like future pacing it a bit, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna see why he wants to have that life type shit, and then I'm gonna tie it back because he's like, you went a little bit with it since you're on it. Might as well play on it.
Okay. So you seem like you want to have the supercars, be in Miami with the boys, having the bitches. Why is it
Yeah,
so
bro.
important to you?
Why is it so important to me? Bro, it's like it's cool, you know. I want to be able to impress others and shit, you know. Like, look at me, bro, I'm bowling, you know. Yeah. Well, excuse me for a second.
Okay. So what about your current life? Can you impress other people, and is it cool?
I mean, bro, right, I can't impress people much at McDonald's, you know. It's like, I mean, I'm a manager. I'm not like a, you know, I'm not like a bottom feeder. But I mean, bro, I could do more. Excuse me.
Oh, so you're happy with being a manager at McDonald's?
Nah, but that's kind of what I like. I'm on the cool, right? I want to do. But I've been here for like 5 years. I want something more. You know, it's time. It's time I do shit. You know.
Okay. I mean, some people would like to be a manager at McDonald's. Why not you?
Okay. It's not the wrong. It's not the wrong question, but what is the thing that you need to be calling out? What is the thing that you need to be saying?
The thing is, I remember like you saying if people smoke occasionally, that's okay on the call. Maybe I misunderstood that.
No, okay. I'm going to clarify this whole thing. First of all, anyone who smokes is incredibly gay, and you should immediately address them as gay. That's the first. The second one is that if someone is very occasionally smoking, like, I'm going to ask, is this the best moment for you to smoke? I'm at least going to ask, if he gives me a good answer, like, dude, I've been super stressed out. This is the only moment of my day that I have. It's like, okay, cool, I can give you that. But this type shit guy just woke up. It's like, bruh, what I'm going to say is the way that I would call it out. I would say, yeah, is that weed? Just probably with me.
You get me, man. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, yeah, bro.
Right. So, do you think the fact that you had this call that could potentially change your life, you had it shirtless, lying in a bed, you were reluctant to put on a shirt, and the fact that you're now smoking weed, do you think that those factors might have something to do with the fact that you're unable to impress anyone and not live the cool life that you want and you have no bitches? In all honesty. You're muted.
You lost me there.
I lost you. Do you think that's because you're smoking weed in a call that can change your life?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that funny?
Nah, it's just about I'm stressed, but I function.
Okay.
You're muted.
Yeah.
What you said? You cut out.
It helps with the stress.
It helps with the stress.
Yeah.
So, do you think?
Excuse me.
Yeah, of course, man. But you're about to be excused out of the call. Is that what you're looking to get here? Because how can I help someone who is just smoking weed and not taking it seriously? If you're stressed, do you think actually being a grown up, a man, and fixing the problem is the solution, or just smoking weed? Because if that's the case, I don't know. We can just watch Twitch, a Mortal Kombat thing, and smoking weed, and like we can just keep.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like it's fine. I mean, I'm not the one in McDonald's, man.
No. Yeah. Nah, but I'm good. I'm good.
So let's make it clear, because we already had a little bit of back and forth this call. If I see one more action on you not taking things seriously, I'm immediately ending up the call, and I'm letting my whole team know and other peoples in the same industry know that they should never work with you, even if you toss money on their faces. So I'm going to do my best effort for you to not be successful in copywriting, because we are an industry, and not just talking for my own company, that we really like to help people to get out of the situation where they don't want to be. You are now showing up today as someone who likes to just smoke weed, not take it seriously, and laugh about the situation that he's making 3K when has great aspirations as living in Miami and driving supercars. So you have two choices right now, Babadook. Option number one, you can laugh, you can smoke weed, and you can say, fuck this guy, he's so serious. Option number two, you can just say, fuck this guy, he's so serious, but he actually wants to help me, and he's showing me that if I really want to change the situation that I am in, I actually have to be serious. Otherwise, I'm going to keep working all my life in McDonald's, and I'm going to be the most fucked up manager ever, because I'm always high. So what path do you want to choose, my friend?
Yeah, the first path. Yeah. I put it in the ashtray.
Okay.
What do I do about these pills?
Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with
I
that?
don't know. I took a few before the call. I probably shouldn't have mixed it with the weed. I'll focus. It's all good.
Do you think you're going to be able to focus on this call? Otherwise, we can just reschedule it, man.
No. Let's do it now.
Okay.
How about Yeah.
And now, I might give one last shot to this guy. And I'm going to go back to data gathering now, which is, okay, 3K after taxes. What are your expenses? How long have you been working on this? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get all the data. Usually, and I think it's obvious, but just in case, I'm not going to be threatening people left and right in my calls. And obviously, I wouldn't actually do this. Do you think I'm going to waste time telling everyone to know? I'm not doing that. But this prospect is so special, as always, in the role plays that we do, that it requires an extreme special measure, right? So what I literally need to do is just tell this guy, hey, you need to get serious with this. And we did it already multiple times. You did it at the beginning, Jaden, and he's still not doing it. Therefore, I'm going to be extreme. I'm going to be a complete extremist guy with what I am saying to him now. And I'm going to say it in this way. And if he doesn't like it, it's fine. Because what are the chances this guy is going to buy? 0 at this rate. So I need to get him on a proper frame. I need to get him in the proper situation. Otherwise, this is going to be a complete waste of my time. So I need to be that hard. So, Jaden, go about it.
So data gathering, or where do we go?
Data gathering now. This is a prospect that it would have worked.
Yeah.
I was curious to see what would be if we go in this direction. But since it was so like just glibberish, I'm just gonna go to data gathering. I'm gonna solid this thing, and now I'm gonna advance like a robot.
Okay. So Babadook, you've been making 3K a month after taxes with your McDonald's job for 5 months. Now, what does your expenses look like?
But got my own crib, so got to spend money on that. The car payments, debt. So, like, probably. My bad, bro. Probably 1K a month. Like, yeah. Yeah, 1K. Yeah.
You seem pretty frustrated about that. Are you sure it's 1K?
No,
Yeah,
he doesn't
it's
seem
1K, bro.
frustrated. He's about to fucking die. You gotta call it out. You can't even stay
Okay, so-
awake.
Are you good, Babadook?
What's up?
Yeah, are you good?
Yeah, bro.
No, you cannot say it like that. You gotta say, okay, Babadook, I think we're closer of calling 911 than to actually doing something. So let's just reschedule, okay? I can clearly see that it's not the moment that we should have this call. Roleplay.
Nah, I'm good. I've done this plenty of times. Like, I've done this before, but like, it's not like it. Like, you don't have to call 911, bro. Please don't call 911 to me, please.
What would you do now, Jaden? Like, genuinely, what do you think is the correct move today?
With the data gathering or like overall?
With what is happening? With which he just said, what would you do if this was you on the call? What is the next thing you do?
With the expenses or?
Jaden.
Yeah, I would
Jay.
just, I don't know. I would just reschedule something.
Yes. You literally need to tell, okay, Babadook, yeah, man, this is not a good time. So I would like us to do this. Give yourself a moment to recomposure, count to 10, and then what I would like you to do is tell me what day you're free, and we're gonna reschedule a call. And you get on a call while he's clean, and you make sure he understands that he is clean, because you cannot advance on a call like this. This is a waste of time. Okay. Now, for the purpose of advancing and actually learning more, Babadook, I'm gonna do some magic, and you're gonna be just like, yeah, okay, I'm good. There's not any substances in me, so we're gonna advance. But if this is actually a prospect, you just reschedule. So now, Jaden, go and ask a Ben. You just ask. He makes 3K. He spends only 1K. What's your next question on that?
Like, if his expenses were consistent throughout the 5 months?
Don't tell me. Ask him.
Okay. Were those 1K consistent throughout like your whole for 5 months?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So you have 2K in profit. Why is that not enough for you?
But like 2K profit is not enough to make millions, bro. Type shit.
So you want to make millions, or how much do you want to make?
Yeah, bro. I don't know, like, yeah, millions, bro. Shit.
Okay, and what have you tried to get to there?
You know, bro, like courses and shit. Put some money into that. You know, just it's a process, bro. Just grinding every day, type shit. You know.
Okay, so courses. How long have you been doing copy for?
Copy. I don't. I haven't started copy yet.
Or you haven't started copy yet? Okay. And why did you decide to book this call now when you haven't even started?
Because I want to learn, bro. Like I want to make some money with this shit. You know. I'm like, yeah, copy looks good, bro. I mean, I'm dyslexic, but I can write. So I was like, hey, this seems cool. This black guy, what's his name? Tyson, Dyson. Like he makes copy money. So I'm like, but if a black guy can do it, like a white guy like me can do it, right? So, you know, so I looked at it and I was like, yeah, copy seems like the shit type shit. So I'm here type shit.
When did you come to that realization that you want to make money with copy?
Like yesterday, bro.
Yesterday. It seems like a bit of a red flag for me. So yesterday you came to the realization you want to make money with copy. You barely know our influencer's name and you just want to make millions. That's a big leap. So I'm curious, why that? Why do you want that so
All
badly?
right, let's stop. It's not a overall bad direction what you're doing, but you're kind of like jumping all over the place without really tying down every place. So I'll show you. Let's go back and I'll show you how we've done it. Okay, so Babadook, you pretty much make $3,000 a month and you only spend like 1K. Is that has been consistent for the last month?
Yeah.
Okay, what about 6 months ago? It's kind of like the same, changing.
Same.
Okay, so you're constantly getting 2K extra every single month. I know this is personal, but for me to really understand, if you're getting a saving and you have all these aspirations, what are you doing with those savings? Are you investing them? What are you doing so I can really comprehend you?
Yeah, I got some investments, yeah.
What are the investments you have?
You know, crypto. Crypto, yeah.
Okay, so you have in crypto. Now, what I'm really trying to understand is that in this job that you have, that you're making 3K, for how long have you been working on this in McDonald's?
5 years.
Sorry, what?
5 years.
5 years on McDonald's.
Yeah.
Did you always wanted to work and do stuff that allows you to, drive supercars, bitches, live in Miami, or is this a recent thing?
Yeah, like I've always wanted to do that shit, you know.
So you always wanted to do this, and yet you have worked in McDonald's for 5 years, making 3K a month.
Yeah.
Is that funny?
Nah.
Why are you laughing then?
Nah, just kind of embarrassing, bro, to be honest.
Why are you embarrassed about it?
I don't know. I expected I'd be, like a millionaire by now.
How old are you?
29.
So you have been working in McDonald's since you're 24 years old, and you're about to enter your 30s, and you are still at McDonald's. That's embarrassing to you?
I mean, yeah, a little bit, you know.
Why? There's a lot of people who are in their 30s and working on McDonald's.
Because I don't want to be like them fucking dickheads, bro. I got potential and shit, you know?
You don't want to be like those dickheads?
Nah, bro.
Aren't you one of them now?
Nah, because they're like, they're like 50 and shit. But I don't want to be like them, you know?
Why not?
Because they're fucking losers, bro. Like I'm on my grind and shit, I'm on that like alpha male type shit, Like, bro, I've been on my grind, bro. But I don't know what I don't know what they do all day, bro. That's crazy.
What are you grinding? Burgers? I'm not understanding.
You're funny, bro.
Tell
Nah,
me.
just like just nah, I'm not laughing, bro. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, like, yeah, man, like investing into crypto and shit,
How's that going on the fact that you can make millions and drive supercars? Because you have 5 years. I
Bruh.
mean, 5 years is a lot of time.
I mean, bro, it's like a process, right? Like most guys, they get their Ferrari in what, like their 70s. I saw a stat on that somewhere, like a statistic. Like, but most guys, it takes them like 25 years to get a Ferrari,
Does that make you feel better that some people take more?
No, I guess not, bro.
Because that eases the pain of you working on McDonald's for 5 years.
Nah.
So why are you bringing that up?
I don't know, but I'm tweaking. It's probably the weed, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
Is it the weed or is it the fact that you just genuinely feel ashamed about being in your 30s and still being at McDonald's?
Damn. Why you gotta say it like that, bro? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that might be part of it, man.
What's the other part?
I don't know, to be honest.
So how can it be just part of it then if you don't know the other side? Help me understand you.
Yeah, no, you're right. Shit.
So stopping for a second for everyone. What I'm doing right now is literally called the death by 1,000 cuts. This is like I'm going everywhere. I'm not stopping. I'm just attack, attack, attack. Now, is this the proper way? Is this what I would do with every prospect? Obviously not. Again, I adapt, I assume formlessness, and I see what I have in front of me. With some prospects, I'm going to be super kind. You guys saw it when I was helping George with the Christian lady. Even though I was attacking a lot, I was super kind with the questions. But this is like just slap, slap, slap. Okay. Because it's a prospect that I know I'm going to go faster and I know I'm going to go deeper on what's going on if I actually go about it this way. Because you guys are seeing how he's rationalizing. So imagine if I don't go this aggressive. Imagine if I don't go this direct. This is going to be discovery. It's going to take 1 hour and 20 minutes for all of you that you're having calls this long. So clearly, I'm going to go more direct. Now, I want you to see the information that I was able to extract with this. I'm breaking his shield. I'm breaking him. What Jaden was doing is that it's like we're just jumping a little bit all over places. Whilst what I am doing is I'm not jumping into different places. I'm just going in one place and I'm just drilling in the same place. Make sense? So Jaden was going horizontally. I'm going vertically. And then once I go very deep vertically, I'm going to go horizontally, which is the cross method. But what you're doing, Jaden, is like you're doing the inverted cross. It's like you're just going horizontally. And if you just do this, you're just going to go surface. But the whole idea is to penetrate. So, George, go again. Actually, Jaden, where would you take that from there?
So what was the last question again?
Don't worry about the last question. What do you think, just as an idea? Tell it to me and we're going to formulate a question about it. What do you think, zooming out, is what you should ask this guy?
I'm curious about, I mean, he's been doing this for 5 years
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't want that. Whatever he tried crypto and all, but
Well, I'll give you a clue. What do you think is one thing that we don't have a lot of information on that is very important?
his copy journey, like how much, oh no, he's just started.
Yes, but not that yet. What did he say
Why
he feels like? How does he feel?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
And
Because he's comparing himself to the people that he's working with. So everyone in there is a loser, therefore he is. But he's telling us that he is not a loser. So that's you zooming out, understanding, okay, this guy is hard rationalizing. Do you believe that, and this is where I was going to make the change, do you believe that if we just keep talking and talking and talking with this guy, he will 100% understand it? I doubt it. So I pressed like you saw me pressed, but now I'm just saying that this guy, it's kind of like all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a very solid foundation on exactly the things that he has done to get out from there. And once I realize that everything he has done was pretty much a failure, I'm going to show him that, I'm going to create that castle and I'm going to show him that. And with that, he's going to say, basically, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I'm not doing this stuff correctly. Yeah, I need to be doing something different. And with that is when you hook in the idea of copywriting. Does that make sense on how I would do it?
yes, technically his rationalization, getting ownership, but then what he tried, I didn't understand that because he tried crypto.
So, and to clarify one more thing, you want to go with the path of copy, which it's perfectly fine, and you have to. But in this case, I'm going to use the copy thing a little bit further on because I need to understand first what are the things that he's doing now to not feel ashamed, embarrassed. If he's even doing anything, I don't know. But I want to know what he's doing. And once I know for sure what he's doing, I'm going to show that to him and I'm going to say, so this is how are things? Do you want to maintain them like this? No. Okay. So what is your plan of getting out? Boom. Insert copywriting. That makes sense how I would tie this thing down?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm really confusing you guys with this or because the fun thing, I mean, this is great training. Is the pain of today, but the reward of tomorrow because you by all playing the weirdest prospects on the fucking planet, Babadook, Pablo, El Saluid, like the weirdest prospects that can exist on the face of the earth, are very extremist. And this is why when you see me doing the discoveries and everything, you see that I take like different paths. I really assume formlessness. And this is all tied to the fact that I'm playing on who I have in front. I'm not playing the game, I'm playing the player. I'm playing who I have in front of me. So that's why the game changes a little bit, but everything is connected in a logical way that will allow me to present the information in a way that would break his ass in a way. Yeah? But because I am explaining my inner thinkings, sometimes I'll doubt that all of you can understand it. So feel free to stop me. Feel free to keep asking if you're not sure of like, I'm not sure how you got to this conclusion. Why? So that's never a problem. Okay. So anyways, that being said, Jake says, I played Pablo. 2 days later, Jared had him on a call. Really? Tyler?
It's crazy that you discovered this lesson and you touched on it. Basically, when George played this prospect, I was soft. I was laughing like Jaden did to see what is this guy doing? And that's the lesson like George taught me with this prospect is that you don't need to say, oh, when I hop on this call, I'll be kind. When I hop on this call, I'll be like this. It depends on who you have in front of you. And a guy like this needs that hardest leader who will just break him down and just be straightforward with him. And this way I got the lesson that for every prospect you have on a call, there's a certain type of leader that you need to be. And it's your job as the closer to analyze what you have in front of you and say, okay, since I saw this in the past 5 minutes, this person needs someone like this. Now I'm going to change my shape into that person that they need so I could genuinely help them. So yeah.
Yes. Great. Great. Don't be the leader they want, be the leader they need. I am right now with Babadook not being the leader he wants. The leader he wants is someone who says type shit and laughs with him. The leader he needs is someone who smacks him around and tells him, get your shit together or you're never leaving McDonald's. Yeah? So, anyways, this junkie thought he was the G. Now he's in a call with a real one, so he got a reality check. You said this leader needs to be hard? Another type of hard? Oh, no. Okay. So, Jaden, let's try to advance in here. So, what would you do?
I would ask, okay, you're embarrassed right now. What are you trying to not be embarrassed and not be a dickhead like the other coworkers?
It's one direction. Go about it. Let's see.
Motherfucker. Nah. Yeah, why? Sorry, what's the question, bro?
What are you trying to do to get out of this job and not be embarrassed like you are right now?
I'm trying to do some copy, man. Like I'm grinding, bro. Well,
What have you
I'm
tried?
gonna grind. What have I tried? Crypto and yeah, day trading. Yeah.
Okay. And how did that go?
Yeah,
Both
not
of them?
good. Nah, that's cooked.
How so?
It's probably just took my money, to be honest, like scammy type shit.
They scammed you. What do you mean? How much did they take from you?
Like 30K.
30K. Wow. How did that impact you?
I mean, they got me on the weed, bro. It's stressing me out, man.
Okay, so you got 30K scammed. Now, if you were to get into another program, do you feel like this could be another scam?
Too early.
I don't know about
It's too early. You're going well though. Keep in mind, because I know I do this with all of you when I'm reviewing your calls, and you're like, "Fuck, can I ask 2 questions without you interrupting me?" I know, but this is for the best. The way you should have done it is, Babadook, when he said that he been scammed for 3K, you guys say, what? Sorry, for 30K, you say, what? Sorry? Make him say it again. He has to say 2 times 30K. And when he says it the second time, you said, $30,000? And he has to say it again now. Yes. So he says it 3 times. Make it fucking hurt. Okay? But you 100% need to handle, which is what you did perfectly, which is you need to talk about that he doesn't feel the same way with us. But it is too early to do so. What you need to do is, okay, how did that happen? How did you get scammed by the 30K? Because for all I know, and seeing this prospect, I don't think he was scammed. I think he just didn't did anything. He just paid in and just smoked weed all day or did nothing. So I need to know if he actually worked on the stuff. I really need to dig deeper on that. You just left that. Okay? You just went, how did that impact you? I'm gonna ask why that happened, how that happened. And once I get the details, then I'm gonna go with how did losing 30K impacted you? And now he's gonna say that because of that, he's on weed. And now I'm gonna say, after that, why does that would help him? Like, why would it help him to go with copywriting? Because this started as I just want to drive supercars to I am addicted because I lose money. Yes, this is the transformation that the call is having. So this is the direction it has to go.
Interesting. Okay. So how did that happen that you lost 30K?
It was a guy in Miami. Jerry was his name. The Yeah, the company went bankrupt, bro. So, like all the students in the course lost all their money, man.
So the
So
company went, yeah.
yeah, they went to prison. They went to prison. They were I don't fucking know what happened, but like the Ponzi scheme or some type shit. Anyways, like the authorities just seized the business. So like at the time there was like 300 students, including me, and we never got our money back. We just put it in. They told us, yeah, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna help you day trade and shit. Never got it back. So yeah, it's happens, man.
Yeah. But I mean, you say it happens, but you got like $30,000 got just lost. Do you think it just happens?
No, it's a special case, bro. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it wasn't really your fault because they went bankrupt. How did that impact you?
man. I mean, I got into weed, bro. It's that money is supposed to be for my future, bro. So
Now it went into the fact that you're addicted to weed.
yeah, I mean, it started it, bro.
Better way of saying it. So that future, those $30,000 that you saved, which will literally be 15 months of work, ended up in you just taking weed. So you work 15 months in a job that you don't like, that you feel like a loser, so that you could only lose $30,000 and end up smoking weed. That's what happened. And now he's like, I just went 6 feet deep now with that. It's like he's buried. I haven't gone 20 though. There's a lot more. But do you see the severity that this is taking? Now
Yeah.
it's very difficult for him to be smiling. He's like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? This is like a molestation on another level. And I'm just starting. So, but you gotta be able to connect the dots. Do you see that you weren't connecting the dots? Because you just
Yeah.
asked it. But what I did is I connected everything and I asked it. This is way more powerful. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, breaking the fourth wall. I have to leave for a call like in a minute.
Okay.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
wouldn't it be
It's good.
funny if we put it on YouTube and it's like we show the highlight of you wanting to call 911 and me going like this, and it's like role play cool with a drug addict. You know, that'd be a great hook.
It will be a great hook. That's for sure, actually. That's
Just
how to
have the
handle.
thumbnail of me doing this. Yeah, good shit. Like I know I do this because it's whatever, it's fun, it's like lighthearted, but I think is being able to see the extremes is really important. Because I've had prospects that have been burnt 50,000. I've had prospects that have not been serious. I've had a prospect that was a drug addict. So I've taken all these things and put them together because when you know the extremes, you know how to deal with the normal. And you'd want to be able to train on the extremes so that you can deal with the normal. Because if you deal with the normal, you're never going to deal with the extremes. So that's also why.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. The process that you guys play are a bit diabolical, but you can learn a lot from that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. So all right, you can go free to exit. Gentlemen and ladies, did you Oh my God, you do realize this is going on YouTube, guys. So my question for all of you is it helpful? Are you learning? Yes. Are you just wasting time
so
here? I'm also seeing, and I would like your feedback on what do you guys think is the thing that is enhancing your skills the most, which is in number one, I just leave Jade and talk. I don't say anything. In number two, I just say exactly what I would say in questions. Or I do also what I'm saying, which is the added of explaining the whole logic. So I would do this because of this and this and this and this. So I like to paint the whole picture in every possible way, even though that's more interruptions for the one playing the closer. But if I can explain the logic, if I can say exactly what to ask, and we can make these extreme examples, the whole point is that you guys can see this from a macro level, okay? The real secret that, I'm not sure if it's a real secret, but the real strategy that I have is the fact that I'm constantly seeing this. So imagine the call is just the iPad right now, and all I'm doing is this. I'm just seeing it from here. And if I'm looking at it here, I can just see everything. It's like a clear map. And that's why I'm able to tell you, okay, so I would go here, so I can go here because this will tie me to this, and then I'll go here. And you guys should be able to do the same. But at the same time, keep in mind that the logics you create are logics that after one question, they can be completely destroyed. Because I'm constantly mapping out strategies based on the next question, the next question, the next question. So, for example, if my strategy is the one, okay, I'm going to ask George why he's an addict, and he's going to tell me that he is an addict because he really hates the fact of being a loser in his job and is the only distraction that he can find, and the only priority he has is to leave that job. But then I ask a question and he says, no, man, I've been doing weed my whole life. Now that strategy has to change because it's not necessarily tied to that fact. So I'm constantly building up strategies. It's not that I'm just doing one and I'm sticking to that one. I'm constantly building different ones. The whole point is that if you guys can do this all the time, you are, and this is the real strategy, you're having multiple calls in your mind. You're just building one call, one call, one call, one call, and one call that you guys had, instead of just being one and you just learn one thing, you just had so many calls in your mind that you're able to see almost every situation. It's like, do you guys saw, what the fuck was the name? The doctor from Marvel thing, you know? Doctor Strange, when he does, I don't know what the fuck, and he says a lot of possibilities. Do you guys saw that scene? Yes? That's pretty much how it's supposed to be. Dr. Phil, exactly. Just like Dr. Phil does it. That's the whole point. You got to see all the possibilities and be able to play in the one that makes the most sense in the situation. So what I would just tell you is, do not be afraid of taking risks, and do not be afraid of understanding, map out an idea, but always being present on what's going on in front of you and be able to change it consistently. And if you're not able to map out an idea internally because you're just too focused and too present and you cannot do two things at the same time, just focus on being present and let the strategy take care of itself, and just follow the whole guidelines I'm giving you. And that's it. You explaining it the way you do shows how a fucking word track is utter dog shit and why we need to be formless in calls. Yes. It's also very dense of a lesson that we need to constantly review until we perfect this one call review, then move to the next. Yes. So, okay. I'm going to keep doing the logic as well. Well, anyways, gentlemen, ladies, did Aiden just grew a mustache so that he is not called a lady? Interesting.
Quick question on this roleplay.
Yes, go ahead.
Would you label the problem the fact that he's embarrassed to work at McDonald's, or the fact that he lost money and now is addicted to drugs, or the fact that he wants to be in Miami?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know. So it started with the Miami, but usually people don't tell you exactly the first problem at one go. So it started with that. Now, the second part that I need to know is what's really behind that. And then we found out that he's just embarrassed. But then we go deep on that and we find out that he's actually just lost money. Okay. And he's embarrassed because he doesn't have a way out. And he already tried to get out, but he couldn't make it. So overall, the problem with how far this went is the fact that he's taking inefficient actions to get out of a situation. So I need to help him and show him what is the efficient action that he can take so that he can get out with a strong foundation on why he is in that situation and why he wants to get out in the first place. Maybe I'm explaining in a super logical way, but it's like I'm breaking down everything into perfect pieces that match together. Okay?
So the problem isn't one specific thing. Like
I
one
don't
of
know.
those.
I don't know
It
yet.
could be.
I don't
Okay.
know yet. Maybe the call will keep on going. What I just told you is my whole analysis so far. But if we would have kept going with the call, and what the fuck is Liam doing? Nah, that's crazy. So if God damn it, dude. So as long as the call will keep progressing, I won't absolutely know for sure what's the problem. So maybe eventually that's going to change. And I'm going to be able to realize that the whole problem here was just him, not what the fuck. Jesus fuck, dude. This is painful. What a group I have created. Anyways, Jared, the more you advance, you might change the thoughts. Maybe we can just keep doubling down on the fact that he's just really, really ashamed and everything falls back into that. Okay, that's the main problem. But right now, because we did a very short discovery, it took a long because I was just talking, but because we didn't do it a very long discovery, I don't know yet in full. Okay. We also made a mistake, everyone here, including me, which is I took the risk and Jaden followed me on the risk that I wanted to know what would he say if I just allowed him to just, go a little bit, hey, what is the thing that you want to do? Yeah. Oh my God. So because we win that case, we wasted like 3-4 minutes. But I genuinely thought he was going to say something irrelevant. So I would have taken the risk anyways. But because as soon as you see that you're going in a direction that is not helpful, you got to immediately flip back and go with the safe path, which is the data gathering in this case. Which is, okay, how much have you worked? How much money do you have? Why are you not where you want? How much, like, questions about data. And then I'm going to use that data to burst out a deeper emotion. And with that deeper emotion, I'm going to use, okay. So is all this clear? All of this is solid?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Fuckers, dude. What the fuck is this? God damn it. Wow. Anyone has another question before we wrap it up? Because at this point,
I have one.
yes, tell me.
So with the what, why, when, how, I don't really know the difference between the first why and the second why.
Okay. So the first why is basically asking, why do you want to do this? And the second why is going to be, why can you not stay in the same situation? So why do you want to leave? Why do you want to make more money in this case? It's going to be simple. What is the problem? I'm working at McDonald's. Why is that a problem? Because I'm not making enough money. Why do you don't want to stay in that same position? Because if I don't make more money, I will never be able to live the life that I want. Okay. How are you going to live that life you want? Well, by actually doing copywriting that I'm thinking right now. Okay. When do you want to start? I'm going to start as soon as possible. That makes sense now?
That makes sense, but usually what you told us is that, so, for example, the what is deeper than making money or working at McDonald's, for example, being lonely, etc.
I'm just using it as an example. The what wouldn't be I'm working at McDonald's. The what in this case would probably be, what is the problem? I'm ashamed with myself. What is the problem? I don't know how to get out of the situation that I am in.
Okay, makes sense.
You sure?
So what is the problem? He's embarrassed.
In this case, so
himself.
far, it's probably. We don't know it yet. It's this discovery was a bit all over the place. The prospect didn't help at all, like at all. And the answers that he was giving us, honestly, if I'm on the call, I would have just rescheduled, and I would have been super hard the whole time until he tells me an actual tangible stuff. But the way this has been, it's been very slow. So getting an actual tangent and actually grasping the problem was not the easiest thing.
Yeah, makes sense for me to understand, because being embarrassed is already very deep. Now, why is even deeper? And you have a second why as well. So how deep would you go then?
This is the eternal question when you're doing the discoveries. How much in depth should you go? And the answer is, there's not an answer. There's not a particular answer that this is exactly the moment where I have to stop. But what I would recommend is, imagine that you're drawing a line, and this is how deep you're going, right? So imagine that you hit a point where you said, hey, I genuinely believe that with this, you can change your life. Like, this is such a pain point that it would drive you to change your fucking life. Okay? And once you reach that point, that of course we just don't know it. It will depend on the case. Then you go a little bit more, just in case. The thing is that a clear example, I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't, I don't know. It would have to be on the call. But when someone tells you, you know what, I have to make a change because my wife is going to divorce me if I don't, immediately okay, that's a needle mover. Make sense?
In that case, this is like why I need to make this change, like the second one.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
You sure?
100%, yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else has another question? Nope. Okay. So, very interesting call. Oh my God. I don't even know what is wrong with all of you. So, I don't know how. I really don't understand how the person who behaved the best in the call today was Amro. I don't understand it. Genuinely, I don't, but it's what it is. So, gentlemen, ladies, my pleasure to this call, I think. And yeah, Isabel was a menace today. Yeah, Isabel, stop. Just be serious for once. Crazy. So, I will see you all on Sunday, and we probably will do more questions and another role play. So, until then, take care, everyone. And oh no. No. Okay, I'm out. Peace out.